Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. The next video was taken as part of my streaming all of the content as soon as it came out. So there will be some limited interactions of me talking with chat and stuff like that. I'll try to cut out anything that's not really relevant to the video and try to refine it down for you. But just so you know, this was taken as part of stream. I hope you enjoy. If you want to see me playing any of this live, there's a link to my Twitch channel down below. Let's get into it. I hope you enjoy. Let's go and grab our Leona. And yeah, we just have our 4 stars. We don't have any bonus nodes or anything like that yet. No, we do have the phalanx. As far as relics, I think trying out the hex core will be pretty good with the 4-star. Found Fortune is still going to be solid since we are being able to pull out our Ravoon. Is there something else we really want to get? I mean, Echoing is always pretty good. I mean, we could go for Chemtech. Although if we're not going for Echoing, then having Chemtech isn't as big of a deal. Honestly, we actually might be able to go... she's probably just under what we need. You'd say Toast was light years away. I was sure that gives burst to Zenith Blade when I saw the 4-star, but I guess not. Yeah, not quite. Beast Within for the Overwhelm. I'm trying to think what we want for our 3rd spot. There's a lot of like different ones we could go for. Yeah, that's the thing, is as long as we can stun the whole board, we don't need to worry about Overwhelm. Which is, yeah, the main thing I was thinking there. Black Shield just to protect all of our units from spells wouldn't be bad. Sure, let's just try to focus on our units. We'll protect them with the Hex Core. We'll protect them with the Black Shield. Found Fortune guarantees our Ravoon, as long as we don't screw it up. We'll go ahead and try this. It'll be a very different build utilizing that 4th star. And again, we'll try Elder Dragon just because he's going to go away soon. Granted, we could go for like Bully Bear or something like that. Haven't played the game since the game came out. Was just ignoring Pike, but it feels way better now. Yes. Don't think I want to do Mountain's Peak. Survey Core, Seas Fury. Some of these are okay, but I mean, a 3-star does say allies. Having another unit can be fine. I think I want to try to do something a little bit different. Sure, let's try to go for Communal Mana Flow. It'll help them as well, but it'll speed up the game at least. Could be bad for us, but we'll try it. Let's go for Gem Dragon. Okay, this looks fine. I think as normal, we'll just pass, let them play. We can drop our Sunhawk. We could go for Leona already, which would give us our 0-cost Ravoon. So I guess, yeah, we can do that. Oh. Right, we have to cut you. I forgot that. Alright, so we already have Spell Shield, so let's give her the Overwhelm. I guess we don't really need the barrier on this unit. But we'll still go for it. Alright, so some decent damage down. Alright, a little scary. Let's drop our Sunhawk, go ahead and stun him. Alright, let's give her barrier so she can block there so don't get lifesteal, and then we can let Leona block right here. We could go for Morning Light already. Man, 16 damage, that's a lot. But it's not going to trigger our Daybreak at all. I guess none of these will yet. Sure, let's drop this for the draw because we would really like our Ravoon if possible, and I think we'll end and just bank the mana. Alright, sure. I guess this actually is a grant, so that's actually better than I was kind of thinking it would be. I think we're going to rely on stunning them. That's why we're not going for our bigger card.
They took my mouth. They left my range.
I guess she could have just given it to herself. Alright, we have Spell Shield, so that's still fine. Let's go for a Morning Light here. Alright, let's go ahead and kill that. Yeah, we're 1 away from leveling. Oof, another big unit. Do not particularly love that. Let's drop this for the barrier.
Unwavering strength.
So we'll drag this one aside and then attack with all these right here. And yeah, not quite enough to end. Okay, this will be good. So drop this, get a stun going. But yeah, not having Ravoon, it's a little sad. Late to the party, how's it going so far? Lux felt great to play, and now we're just starting our Leona. Having the barrier is pretty nice. All right, so trying to stun that one again. This isn't our attack turn though, so it's not as big of a deal. Yeah, we'll go for a Morning Light, stun their board. This should give us 2 stuns. Alright, so that is the Chemtech Dragon Soul. So we were going to go for the Sunburst and kill this unit, but there's kind of no point now, so that sucks. We'll kill this one just to get rid of a blocker. We want to be able to open attack next round, just to get through. Sure. Actually, we should target her with Faded. Alright, so yeah, we don't want them to play anything. And then this will be game. GG. Pack mentality actually wouldn't be terrible. It is expensive, but we are having games go longer. Given all of our units that 2-2 and overwhelm, we should be normally having a full board. Let's go for support champion. We don't want anything that's a 4 cost, because that's already kind of going to get in the way. Udyr. Double attack Nico's not bad. It should be a 3 cost. Capture not bad, also a 3 cost. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Chamber of Renewal item chest or champion item. We'll go for the champion items. Let's go down here for Infernal. Let's give it a pack mentality for now. But yeah, we will be trying that later. Because her level up is Daybreak, and we activate Daybreak, it would re-trigger with the 6-star. I mean, I don't have her at 6 stars. Let's pass, wait for them to play something. Alright, we can go for Leona, try to hit Ravoon. Okay, there we go. That is much better. So now we can drop this here. And sure, let's try to get that. Loving Luck 6-star. Yeah, I look forward to trying it out. Alright, so we can get our Scout Attack off. This won't kill it. Lifesteal's not bad. We could try to damage this unit. Sure, trying to kind of kill their units would be nice. I guess this silence would also be really good. Alright, Dragon Soul, Last Breath, Revive Me. Let's actually silence that one. So, grant an ally, silence a follower. It is nice having this Hex Core upgrade, so if they try to grab one of our units, like our Ravoon, it's like, doesn't matter. I don't really want to drop any other units because they would potentially just attack and kill them with their Challenger. Although that is a lot, we don't want to take too much damage. Although I guess we could just drop a Zenith Blade right here first to protect him right away. And then we can drop this right there to protect him. Alright, excellent. We'll keep Nico as Nico. Perfect. Found Fortune, Grand General's Counterplanet Archangels. Would it take too long? Currently having Starforge Gauntlets and Found Fortune. For Leona, that would be fine. I mean, it'd still take a little bit, but it'd give you some good consistency. We'll end here. So, Spell Shield, Overwhelm. I think let's actually go for the Overwhelm on our Ravoon. So we could go ahead and get a Scout Attack off. Although we want to develop a little bit more. I think let's actually go for the other Challenger unit. Alright, let's let him get a Scout Attack off. Let's trigger this one's Daybreak effect, stun another unit, give all of our units more buffs. Alright, so we can attack like this, get some good damage down. Let's drag some of these units that aren't stunned to the side and see how we do. So yeah, not quite enough to end, sadly. So yeah, Leona is kind of taking her sweet time, which is not too surprising, but she is still quite solid. Let's go ahead and drop this here. Alright, so this unit will give us lifesteal, so that'll be good. Although it's just for the round, so actually we'll hold off on that one. GG. Perfect. Yeah, her level up taking 5 cards, that seems like it could be a bug. Because her level up is just you've activated Daybreak 5 times. Yeah, you've activated Daybreak 5 times. This should, like, essentially be halved by your 6-star. We're going to grab our Ravoon. Getting more copies of him is nice. Making him better. Nice. We'll go for the champion item. We want to be sure we can draw our Leona. Augment, it becomes Tech. We don't play that many created cards. Regen's not bad. Draw's not bad. Normally, she should hopefully have Barrier. I think we'll go for the draw. And let's go for Camivorian. Let's get rid of the Sorin. We'll keep Ravoon and the Zenith Blade. Alright, we'll still try to pass first, because they normally play something. We'll drop our Leona. Okay, we did not get our Ravoon, but we still have one in hand that we can play later. 4 Gloom. Yeah, Barrier's not going to help that. I guess the Spell Shield ate that up. Sure, this won't trigger our Daybreak, but we can give her Spell Shield and Barrier right here. Alright, she has Scout. Let's try to do this. If they try to block her, we can give this Barrier. Not enough to kill them, but enough to give them a little bit of a surprise. And now we can attack like this, get him off the board. Alright, not terrible. Alright, so we'll drop Ravoon right away. Drop our Sunhawk. Alright, so this is temporary, so... Well, actually, the stats are permanent. The Overwhelm's temporary. We're not going to level her regardless, but we could use this as targeting. So, there are a couple units we want to protect. Yeah, I think we will do this here just to protect some of our units. Alright, we'll, yeah, still drop this here, because might as well give them another keyword. They're wanting to end. That's not too bad with us. So this will capture their strongest unit. That's not too bad. This can silence a unit. Pretty big attack. I think let's actually drop this one here. Let's silence that one so we can give that one the barrier. Alright, let's go for big stun here. We're probably not going to be able to end because they have a lot of health, and we're not going to be able to stun everyone. So that'll be a little sad. Oh, there's so many animations. Yeah, I think we're going to increase the speed to ×3 just because she's so slow. Kill unit, deal 12 to another, so that's just going to get blocked by the spell shield. And that's getting rid of their one blocker. I guess they have this unit as well. So this does a Daybreak. Sure, it'll be a smaller unit, but getting rid of the Mountain Drake will be pretty nice.
Enough grief. Answer to me.
Alright, could we get, like, Overwhelm? Not quite. Alright. But we have enough damage, so actually GG. Nice. Gain some more Morning Lights. That will be nice. Let's see if we can get a decent power. Maybe something that can help us speed up our game a little bit. Fast deal is okay. We sometimes can run out of things to play. Sure. When summon, draw one, strike, draw one. I think we're fine. Let's go here and cut this card. That way, the only thing we have is our Ravoon at 4. And let's go for Half Dragon. I don't think we have to have double Ravoon, especially since we're going to be drawing another one as long as we get our Leona, which, of course, we did not get. So that's... Oh, nope, there she is. Good thing we had that extra draw. So let's drop her here, especially since she's fleeting.
Ask and the lights radiance. We won't be caught unaware.
So that rally's not great, but it's actually not that big of a deal because we can just have our own barrier. And
Stand and fight.
they actually can't kill him,
Not today.
so not terrible.
We won't be caught unaware.
Well, here we go again, I guess. Let's go ahead and drop this here. Although, I guess they don't really have the attack token, so it kind of doesn't matter. Do we want to drop another Ravoon? I mean, it does have the double stats, so that is pretty good. Alright, not too bad. Oh, rip our little bird. That would have been handy. Yeah, our Ravoon was making a whole bunch of cards. I think it's still worth it, though. Alright, that's just going to take away Spell Shield.
Dragon approaching.
One more will level her. And we have one bird already. Probably we should go for the double attack. That's going to be more than the Sun Guardian.
I will learn. I behold the divine power of the sun.
Alright, so time for some Morning Lights to just focus on stunning all of their units. Here, we'll just drop the Hex Core to protect her.
There they are. We rise.
And we can do that again. This is giving all of our units 2/2, stunning 2 of theirs. And then GG. Dragon's Tooth, Excavator's Charge. I think we'll just go for the Dragon's Tooth. Faded, Disarmed, Sweet Solitude. I think we'll go here. This is Focus Speed, and it's going to be adding a card to our hand, which can be a little bit annoying, but this is actually going to be one of the new best powers for Leona, because it's giving you something to target your own units. So we will go for this. That can just be really nice. Like, we don't want this unit to die this round. Boom, immediately give that to them. Let's go for Cloud Drake. Let's go to Glacial. And I think we'll actually go with the Soldier. It's nice and powerful already. What do you think the 6 stars will be? Because I feel it's a bit weaker than other 6 stars. I think Leona's going to be very strong. Now, not crazy, but yeah, very solid. So we did not get our main champion. We'll still pass first. Alright, so we'll drop Ravoon. And so we actually can't choose Nico. Oh, and it's not going to let us choose any of the other ones. All right, we'll probably go for the Daybreak. Well, that was kind of funny. I was wondering what was going to happen there. Let's do Time and Dedication right here.
Your wickedness shall not.
Fresh start. Just looking for a sign.
All right, another Ravoon. We'll open up with Sunhawk, get some stuns going. All right, the good thing is we still have our staggering strikes, so that's okay. We could go for Morning Light for another stun, and this one does actually have Overwhelm, so I think we might actually end up doing that. I hate how the eye never works for Leona. All right, so yeah, we won't get the other Ravoon. But we can drop this guy right here. All right, let's see if we can get our Leona. Not quite. They are doing a lot of just extra damage. This would be a capture. That's not too bad. Sure. Alright, so that's recalling him, which I guess we can just play him again, even though it's not really great for us, because that's not exactly what we wanted to do. Alright, let's use this here to give our double attack unit Overwhelm. And then I think we'll attack and just use our 2 cards to kind of protect our units, but we're going to have people die, so actually we can't let this one attack. And we will need some blockers, and some of these aren't really going to be that powerful. And this one's focus speed. So yeah, we have to do that earlier. Ugh. Alright, keeping our units alive, but yeah, this is not the best. Alright, we finally have Leona. So let's immediately drop her.
To shine like the sun, you must burn like. Behold the sun's holy light.
Alright, so let's... What are the odds to give Spell Shield? Pretty low. Oh, well, we'll try. The big thing was you had to make room. Alright, let's go for our Morning Light. We need to stun some of these units.
Sunlight burns in our weapons.
Alright, perfect. We can go ahead and drop another Nico.
Beauty shines where the heart dances.
And we will pass for this round. Alright, try to get some more stuns so we can attack and end the game. We will give her Overwhelm. Drop this once again to get some more stuns. Oh, man. There's so many animations. She really does take forever. This is Overwhelm. Sure. Let's... we could actually play 2 other units for some more stuns. I kind of don't care.
The sun's splendor revealed.
Alright, let's go ahead and attack. Most things are stunned. And GG. More copies of Leona is solid. Both of these are solid. For one, getting more copies of either of them is good. I do like making the enemy discard, and getting more copies of this, since it can draw itself, is very strong. Fixer-upper, not terrible. I'm Plural, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. Secret weakness of TDM, pretty much. I think let's try to get something a little bit better. Sure, that can be okay. And yeah, I don't like Peculiar, so let's go for Blackened. Let's get rid of a couple of these. Not bad, but we have our Leona, that's good. Got to remember to pass here. I'll pass one more time. There we go. All right, we will drop our Leona.
Illuminates the land. Bask in the light's radiance.
Drop our Ravoon. We could already drop a Morning Light, but probably not worth it. Although, let's try it here, actually. I didn't want to use it on Ravoon to get another card.
Light rains down.
Let's see if we can give her Overwhelm. Oh, Elusive. Interesting.
Unwavering strength.
We could try to kill some or go for damage. I guess we should probably try to kill something. All right, a Frostbite. Let's go for Sunhawk. All right, Capture, not great, but we'll drop another Ravoon. All right, so we'll drop this one here. He'll block that. And then... yeah, that's not the best. We don't want this unit to die, but that's a lot of damage. I think we're still just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. Let's use this here since it's fleeting. And let's actually use it on Ravoon. If we could generate that lifesteal unit, that would be pretty awesome.
Behold the divine power of the sun.
All right, so we did get a lifesteal unit, so that's really good. Let's open with Sunhawk.
The sun's splendor revealed. A chill in the air.
All right, another Frostbite. That kind of sucks.
Her light is our sword, her warmth our armor.
All right, so they're still not focusing on our lifesteal unit. That is perfect. So now we'll work on scaling up our board and stunning all of theirs. His Daybreak effect is just lifesteal, which he already has.
Behold the sun's holy light.
This one does have a little bit more damage, so sure, we can drop this here.
Sunlight. Answer to me.
And we're still not quite high enough to actually be able to end, but at least we're healing up a bit. All right, captured our Leona. Not great. And they're probably about to attack this. So we could activate this to stun one of their units. Or we could activate this to get our lifesteal back. Not a great scenario. Their strongest unit does have Overwhelm, so it's actually going to be more of a benefit. Like, we're going to get more from blocking that than we will, or stunning it than blocking with lifesteal. All right, that's an interesting choice.
We will not suffer unbelievers.
They will not escape punishment.
All right. We have a elusive. I think we could just try to attack. And kind of count on that elusive to hopefully get through.
Stay back. My light forever will
All right, GG, easy. All right, Sunburst. Actually, no. I was thinking this was the other card. We normally don't play it. I mean, we do have the extra mana now, though. Activate all other allies' Daybreak effects, Daybreak and Nightfall effects. That is pretty good. Would be a really big unit, but I feel like activating everything would actually be pretty crazy. So sure. Mind Meld. Actually spending 1 mana to cut that, or 1 health. Sure. Yeah, I think we're fine. Let's go here. Let's pay for a full heal so we can be at our 42 health. And let's try to go for Elder Dragon. This is decent. All right, once again, we're going to pass. All right, 5 mana. They can still play their annoying Streamer card.
Even to their young bloods, we are nothing.
That's a 1 cost. I'll try to pass one more time. Okay, good. I was like, I'm really worried that they're going to pass back.
Has arrived. The sun's splendor revealed.
Our strength is forever at its zenith.
All right, so yeah, we need to be careful not to go too hard here. Although, by playing a bunch of Zenith Blades, we could make them discard a ton. That actually could be pretty fun.
Blessings from the sun.
All right, there's one of their Elder Dragons gone. And this is helping our Leona level up like crazy. All right, we're out of Zenith Blades, but that was a lot, so that's not too bad.
Feel the sun's glory.
All right, so we can kill this, which will also be really good. And they're down to 2 cards. That's actually very solid for us. All right, so they still were able to get Elder Dragon. Not the best. Let's go for our Sunhawk to immediately stun him.
To shine like the sun, you must burn like. We are nothing. Ever vigilant.
All right, not bad. What does he have? He has the Rally Banner. Not the best. Let's get a couple of our other units on the board just so they can start scaling.
Sunlight blind.
Bless the faithful and fear the heretics.
All right, since this one's fleeting, we'll go ahead and play it here.
The sun's splendor revealed.
All right, pretty solid. So we can play this, kill their Elder Dragon. I think that'll be pretty solid. They probably just drew another one.
Glorious light rains down.
Oh, that one, that's the worst. I hate that one so much. Another Ravoon. I think I'd actually rather just play some Morning Lights to buff everyone up. So this is a 3 cost. But yeah, we need the 6 mana. So unless we're playing a 2 cost, we can't really play anything. So I think let's go for Morning Lights and try to just buff everyone up.
Sunlight burns in our weapons. Glorious light rains down. Unwavering strength.
Alrighty. GG. Alright, able to come away with the win there. The added aspect of the failings, being able to target your own units and give them barrier. It is nice. It gives you a little bit more kind of room to play around. Gives you something else to consider as you're going through, because now getting targeting is really good. So like suddenly this sweet solitude power is like, oh, this is really nice because it actually synergizes with our phalanx. So that aspect is pretty fantastic, but Leona is still quite slow, but we'll see how she improves with her constellation. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, like and subscribe. Always appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day.